In the present day, fire may be seen as normal natural phenomenon, but in its reality is one of the most marvelous universal phenomena. For this reason, before fire, man stood perplexed and powerless. Fire's terrifying color and shape, the heat it is issuing, and the pain it leaves on those who dare to touch it. All these are factors that made man fear it very much. How could man not be so? Why fire is the most horrifying manifestation of this worldly and otherworldly torment. However, we should ask as to what actually happens when a body burns. What is the relationship between fire and heat? When a body catches fire, the material united with oxygen is dissolved, hence generating new materials. For example, the carbon in coal is dissolved to unite with oxygen. When it burns, it releases a power resting in the carbon, that is heat. This operation is usually associated by light that leaves ashes. As for the heat resulting from burning, once fire has started, it spreads through three ways, namely conduction, convection, and radiation. In conduction, the air nearby fire warms and consequently becomes light in weight and starts to go up, thus being replaced by colored and heavier air, which in turn warms its weight, becomes light, and then it goes up and so on. In convection, the heat transfers through the cells of the affected substances from the near to the distant. Just like the transfer of heat from metal substance, one of whose edges are connected to a source of heat. In radiation, the heat transfers in the air in form of waves. An example thereof is the transfer of the heat of a stove to your body directly when you sit nearby fire. Having discovered all these facts, man started thinking of the best method of making use of fire for his personal interests. He accordingly built ovens to bake his bread. He then learned how to use pots for making his food warm without being burned. He learned all this after he acquainted himself with the ways of convection. Man's learning how to use fire made it easy for him to smelt metals, so he could make swords and shepherds, as well as big variety of instruments of battle. He also produced fine jewelry. Thereby, man's life developed thanks to learning how to use fire, and that allowed him to develop progressively until modern man learned to build huge thermal plants, which supply complete cities with electric energy.